Why did you need to cut off a friend?
She was using me for my money. She had a plan for my paycheck every paycheck.
I recently looked him up under Megan's Law. He's a convicted minor.
I was fed up with walking on eggshells around him. All the cost had me sticking around in that friendship for way too long, but having the pleasure of knowing what actual great friends are like, I made the decision to pull the plug. I wish him well. I still want to see him eat, just not at my table anymore.
He became like some neo-Nazi. He was one of those people who were obsessed with American History X for all the wrong reasons.
He hit on my wife, and tried telling her first that I said it was okay, and then tried to say I was having an affair with his wife, none of which was true.
She told another friend, right in front of me. Yeah, if my name didn't keep in touch, we'd never see each other. Light bulb went on.
He started doing Amway. Every call, every time. Amway. He was my best man and me his. Done. Over. After 20 years.
6 years ago my best friend held a firearm to me and told me to put out or get out. I obviously left immediately. We were severely addicted to painkillers and that was basically the only reason that I stuck around with him for so long. His actions that night actually saved my life. I've been clean 6 years at the end of the month. I never spoke to him again after he traumatized me like that. He passed away about a month ago from a drug overdose. I just hope his mom is okay. Let's just say I began to suspect his obsession with the Confederate flag had to do with more than his family's heritage.
He murdered 2 people. Premeditated.
Semi-truck driver here fucker called the black man an incompetent NER simply because the guy was having a hard time backing up his truck and trailer and had asked for help. I called my dispatcher and told him that I need off this truck and back into my own. Never ever went back to team driving after that. He did call me later down the road asking what I was doing these days. I said him that I don't like to be friends with racist cunts and hung up.
They weren't who they were pretending to be.
College friend turned out to be a rapist who took advantage of drunk college girls at frat school. Friend got really into Trump MAGA stuff. I mean really into it. The rest that I cut out unintentionally cut out was because I was ghosted entirely or we just stopped talking.
They were unbelievably toxic and annoying to even be around. Ruined my reputation and my general self-being, and made me feel like shit for something I wasn't even at fault for.
Trauma dumping. I became a therapist at some point and definitely wasn't qualified to deal with incest, SA, money problems, etc.
One was a manipulative, other is a raging alcoholic who's still really into all that QAnon shit.
He used to tell me all about taking advantage of opportunities and not being an angel and praising the idea of being selfish. I didn't realize he was warning me.
Late. They ate my leftover chicken nuggets and lied about it.
I finally figured out that all that good-natured ribbing he did all the time was him just being a bully. He had issues and I was his favorite punching bag. I finally wised up and got rid of his ass.
My so-called friends spread rumors about me so bad, it got to a point where jobs refused to hire me. I was unemployed for almost 2 years because of it.
He told me he disliked my wife so much he didn't want to be around. I asked him what she did to offend him. He cited several situations that were all of the bitch eating crackers like she owns the place magnitude. And for the record, I long disliked his wife as well. But I valued our friendship enough that I kept my mouth shut and acted nice.
Trump, conspiracy theories, COVID denier, the usual modern American story. They were toxic and negatively impacting my mental health.
Used me and took advantage of my kindness. Then lied about it all.
Her heroin habit and stealing.
Disrespect disguised as flakiness.
After 17 years of being best friends, I finally figured out that she only kept me around to tear down my self-esteem to make herself look better. She never considered anybody else's feelings in what she did or said. If you tried to make plans and she couldn't come, she would bully you into changing it or make a big deal of how you must hate. Part was she was related to some bigwigs in town, so if you pissed her off, good luck keeping or finding a job.
Drugs and alcohol. Eventually you need to just walk away.
Old roommate. He backstabbed me with some harsh words all because of a girl. Then almost front stabbed me with a knife while I was sleeping. Seemingly had a semi-sober moment in his drunken rage and took it out on my bedroom wall instead.
He used pictures of me to catfish men.
She wouldn't stop being clingy and bordering obsessed. I asked her multiple times to please not worry about me or think I was mad at her if I didn't respond to email messages or texts right away, but to no avail. It didn't help that she'd call or text multiple times a day.
She said she needed a ride and then she sat there and sold meth to Carney's actual carnival workers forever. She wanted a ride to her boyfriend's house that was about a 15 minutes walk away.
Acted like everyone else was the toxic one. Always asked for money, never gave anything in return. Came up with sob stories as a way to take advantage of the kindness of others.
Talked behind my back. Changed their voice around dudes that I liked.